I'm Marjorie Illman, Marjorie Kincaid Illman, and I've been an artist all my life. And I would have to say that my art life is sort of split down the middle, because part of it was pure drawing and pure painting, and the rest of it was crafts. And when I was about in 4th grade, I was given drawing lessons downtown in Seattle. And I rode the streetcar down to the White Henry Stewart building, and I took art lessons on Saturday mornings. And these were taught by Mrs. Patterson, who was the wife of Ambrose Patterson, the professor of art at the university. So we had 4 easels, worked with charcoal on full-size sheets of paper from a model, and we learned how to draw with the right side of our brain. And of course, this was an advantage over all my schoolmates who didn't have that. So I was way advanced over any of my peers, all the way through school, even into college. In fact, when I got to college, they were using the same models when I was a freshman in art. But I would have to say that I divided my art life in 2 pieces. One side was a drawing, as I said. The other side was crafts. And I did all sorts of crafts. Everything you could think of. And I liked them all. But when I was in high school, I was chosen to do the artwork for most of our annuals. I also did the the color plan for the mosaic tile that was done for the floor in the lobby of Roosevelt High School. And I know that that was taken up at some point, but I'm not sure whether it's still there, but I hope so. I should explain the models. We used plaster models. We did a cat, I remember, in 4th grade. And in the university, it was the same type of plaster, but it was an elephant. But also, we posed for each other. And there may have been other things we drew, but I don't remember them now. That's a long time ago. But that was excellent training. Mrs. Patterson would come around and tell you, now, Marjorie, you see, look at this. This is longer line than you've got, or it's shorter, or it goes at a slant, and you haven't got it quite right. And she'd make sure that you understood that you were looking at something and drawing it right. Very sweet lady. When did I decide to be an artist? Shortly after I was born, I expect. That's what I always wanted to be, no question. I didn't have to make any decision. It was made for me by what I inherited from my mother. Mother wasn't an artist. Her folks couldn't afford drawing lessons for her or art lessons of any kind. But she had the natural knack, and I guess it was never recognized, so that she didn't do anything with it much. Yeah, 6 children in the family. She was a housekeeper, housewife. Busy woman. And my father was so busy at the university that he didn't have any care or for us. I mean, he didn't have to deal with us or take care of us or anything, because he was always gone. Big families, you know, everybody pitches in, has to do their part. And being the oldest of 6, I had to take care of the younger ones. When it was time to go to church, I have to go, Marjorie, you go and make sure that Barbara's hair is combed, or that Dot has her hat, or whatever. Get their clothes on, get ready to go to church. Sure, we all had to pitch in. Oh, I think sometimes I resented it. Well, I wish I didn't have to be responsible for the younger kids, but that was my role in life, so there it was. When I was in high school, I did a lot of babysitting. And then I started making Christmas cards for people. Or I'd do block printing and sell things to people that I could. I didn't earn much of any until I got through school. Well, thanks very much for watching all this. When did I decide to be an artist? Shortly after I was born, I expect. That's what I always wanted to be, no question. I didn't have to make any decision. It was made for me by what I inherited from my mother.